of Satao. Now, if widespread poaching broke the innocence of Kenyans on the threat that our wildlife faces, then the killing of Satao, arguably one of the world's largest elephants whose tusks almost touch the ground, ought to bring Kenyans face to face with the threat of the extinction of elephants with Satao's gene. But the killing of the tusker by poachers mirrors the life of another elephant like him, one whose fate was very different from Satao's. That elephant's name was Ahmed. Tonight, Rita Tinina has the tale of two presidents, two elephants, and two pairs of rare tusks, one pair that is now in the hands of poachers and another that is safe for posterity.
To conservationists and animal lovers, the killing of Satao is perhaps the biggest blow to conservation efforts in recent times. Satao was famous for his big tusks that almost touched the ground.
Satao was probably the biggest tusker in the world.
Now his tusks are in the hands of poachers who killed the elephant, estimated to be about 50 years old. Conservationists argue it didn't have to end that way. The country is battling a poaching menace, just as it did in the 1970s. Then there was another elephant just like Satao, Ahmed. Due to his long tusks, Ahmed became a prime target for poachers. The then President Mzee Jomo Kenyatta did not let poachers get him. In 1970, he declared Ahmed a national treasure.
24/7, day and night, he was guarded by rangers.
For 4 years, wherever Ahmed roamed, 2 rangers were in tow until he died of natural causes in 1974, aged about 50 years old. Following his death, Jomo Kenyatta issued a decree that remains of the legendary elephant be preserved.
For future generations to learn what poaching can do and what we lose when elephants are killed, and how such a unique animal, if it was killed, you will not see the tusk.
At the National Museums of Kenya, a life-sized look-alike fiberglass model of Ahmed stands. But that is not all. At the main display hall, Ahmed's real skeleton, complete with his real tusks, are on display 4 decades after he died.
Satao might still be alive today if he was given the presidential protection that President Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta, gave to Ahmed back in the 1970s.
Conservationist Dr. Paula Kahumbu wants President Uhuru Kenyatta to borrow a leaf from his late father on matters elephant conservation.
I think that it's reached a situation in this country where President Uhuru Kenyatta should reflect on what his father did and replicate it and give presidential protection, order a decree, make them national treasures. All the remaining big tuskers, they're not that many.
It is estimated that the country still has at least a dozen big tuskers, and conservationists argue it is possible to give them extra protection just like was given to Ahmed.
24 men, armed security to protect those remaining 12 elephants. That's all it will take. I'm pretty sure we can do it.
Experts say the big tusks only occur in Kenya. Decades ago, the big tusk gene was common. Now, fewer and fewer elephants are lucky to grow their tusks like Ahmed and Satao.
If you go to Queen Elizabeth National Park in Uganda, or if you go to Ado National Park in South Africa, you'll find herds and herds of elephants without any tusks at all. The genes for tusks have disappeared. They've been eliminated by poachers. It would be such a tragedy if that happened here in Kenya.
4 decades later, Ahmed not only stands as an iconic figure in the fight against poaching, he is perhaps a reminder of what the country's wildlife watchdog can do to save the remaining big tuskers before the rare gene is wiped out by poachers. Rita Tinina, KTN, Nairobi.